First and foremost, shout out to the Kid Law on Twitter. He is the maker of my thumbnails and the reason for this amazingly articulated video, because I already made this video, and after he sent me my thumbnail, I'm like, this thumbnail is so good. I need to regroup, recalibrate, refocus, and remake this video just to hold up to the expectation that that thumbnail sent. So thank you so much, the Kid Law, for holding me to a higher standard. I fuck with that. That's so awesome. But anyways, if you clicked on this video, you're probably thinking, how can you get your money, right? So I had this theory that this world is a delusion, and what I did is I basically put myself in a very uncomfortable situation by giving some collateral to source, like saying, if I don't get $1 million by January 1st, 2020, I'm deleting my Instagram and YouTube. You'll never see me on social media or whatever. At the time, I thought Instagram and YouTube was like the only internet and stuff, but I didn't become a millionaire, so I deleted my Instagram, and I didn't delete my YouTube because a YouTuber told me not to. On and off camera, I spent like a pretty good amount of energy trying to like emphasize the point to me, so I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna just take a month off. That month is now over, so today you get a mind stimulating video because I was not dedicating any mind stimulating information towards YouTube at all whatsoever. January was for me, and January just went to trash. It just went to the trash. So let's go ahead and reverse and explain this a little bit more. This is a vision board. The wording I got from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So there's power behind thought, there's power behind words, and there's power behind action. So when you put thoughts to action and actually execute and make a vision board, there's power in that, and read it every day. And there's also another thing that I did in addition to this vision board that you guys also saw firsthand on YouTube. Last year, I used YouTube essentially as a diary vlog, saying that I'd already manifested the money. Another thing I did was I put the root chakra frequency, which emotional counterparts or series of algorithms one would articulate as my human experience or one's human experience. Root chakra has to deal with financial stability, being able to feed yourself, being connected to the earth. And I was none of that. I was really, really lost. So I put the root chakra frequency behind all my vlogs. In case you were wondering what that sound was, it was a root chakra frequency. Along with that backing, I put the words out there, typed it out repetitively along with my vision board that it already happened, putting myself in that dimension. Basically sending out to source that signal, trying to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I gave it to source, gave it to God, you know, just experimenting, because I said I'm tired of knowing everything that I know and being where I'm at. So let me go ahead and make some shake. Okay, so basically it was pretty stagnant. I gave myself like 6 months, and it wasn't until the last 2 that I actually saw some traction. Now I say numbers because it's relevant to this million. A lot of people ask why. I think I'm not sure if it's trolling or if they really don't understand why I still have YouTube, but it is because of another YouTuber, but I wasn't planning on being here. So I believe the purpose behind me being here on YouTube still is to actually teach, inspire, and encourage. At least that's what I'm trying to put my mind to on here. So if you're watching this video and you want to know how to manifest $40,000 in 2 months, I suggest giving yourself a lot of words and backing. Like I said, it took me 6 months, but it wasn't until the last 2. So really it was 6 months, but it all happened in the last 2 months. Now you might be thinking like, yay, Ash is paid, but Ash got some problems. I'm trying to deal with some more shit. You can't even fathom, can't even say that right. All that to say, I spent an astronomical amount of money. I have not much to show for it. I should have bought a better car. All that to say, like, it's pretty much gone. It's pretty much gone. And this isn't surprising, because the same thing happened to me after my divorce. And then when I opened an LLC and then got access to business credit, I spent all that too. So I better know how to spend some money. But that's why I need to put myself in this dimension so I could just, you know, show people how to get this accumulated false. I hate how much emphasis the world puts on money, because when I didn't have money, I was told a lot to get a job, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be a certain age and not living like a certain standard or whatever. But I swear people look at money as like God, and that's not, it's not, you know? And I think that's why it comes to me in the way it does, because I don't treat it like the way everyone else does. But I'm blessed, like I pay my tithes, because I do pay my tithes. And I also believe that that journey had to do with a foundation in God. Let me go ahead and circle back. I'm like saying personal testimonies here, but let me go ahead and circle back to how to manifest your money quick, fast, and in a hurry, right? Because aren't we all trying to like get somewhere and then be happy or whatever? Think maybe money's gonna solve your problems. You know, if you think money's gonna solve your problems and you want to manifest them, go ahead and do these 3 things. Numero uno, make yourself a vision board. Mind you, this wording is from Think and Grow Rich. This man, the author, practiced necromancy, which is communication with the dead. Now, nothing is either good or evil. Knowledge is the that's not the right thing. Knowledge is the only good, and evil is only ignorance. Something like that. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. So you take that as, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just stating facts, okay? Okay. Another thing you can do is listen to the root chakra frequency. Listen to this frequency more than your favorite rapper. My favorite rapper is Young Dolph, and I listen to Dolph daily. But I really think that he inspires me and really puts me in that mind frame of like I'm already there. You know what I mean? He's a real ass rapper. He's different than anyone else. He's actually street. He's actually hood. He's a crack baby. I love crack babies. I'm gonna adopt one when I can, like when I got my own spot. But I don't want my own spot right now. I need to have my mind together and not be depressed if I'm alone. But I want to adopt one because I feel like it could really use my patience and love. But Dolph's a crack baby. He made it out the streets and he just be like popping shit. So in a way, it helps my root chakra, but it's not the same as actually listening to the frequency. And then reiterating multiple times, writing it down. You're supposed to say it out loud, but what I did is put it out into YouTube. So just think of how much you could magnify and quantify your writing this and putting it out there, putting yourself in that dimension and saying you're already there. That is an imperative part, because something that I had, I mean, you could do this too. You could also vlog your life and then put the root chakra frequency. It was a lot of work though. Like, all that was energy expelled, that the universe was using my body, my avatar, as a conduit to execute what I painted. Granted, I fell short of the million, but I still, you know what I mean, it met me in between because I was very, 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 very low frequency. Not at all like a very well exercised in my quantum leaping for quite some time now. So it's only been 2 months. I can't say the long-term thing. This might I might have just blew it all, you know. I really know that I haven't, but because, you know, God loves me and stuff. But I don't know like long-term what that looks like, but I don't really care. I was just trying to prove a point. I don't look at money the same as everyone else. And another thing that is actually very important, and I want you guys to understand, because a lot of people confuse me with like a witch or something, because I am very spiritual, and sometimes I don't always talk about God, Jesus. I use terms such as universe. So I don't know, I guess that makes me a witch. Oh yeah, and I have the nails. But when you practice things such as meditation, when you make things such as vision boards, when you look into things like numerology, all those are way lesser incarnations of source that humans have decoded in order to give us a better understanding of the workings of the universe, source, God, what have you. So when you're dabbling in these realms, but you don't have a strong foundation in God, you open yourself up to some creatures, okay? Yeah, I found that out firsthand. Like I said, when I first came on YouTube, I was very scientific and this is the way things are. And I never had that biblical aspect, and you know, everything happens for a reason, and it happened because I think, I don't know if I conjured something or what, but it drove me to church to seek safety, to seek help. I needed help. And from going to church, I received a lot of blessings, and that's why I still feel like it was because of the relationship I developed with God eventually. Because if you watch the trajectory of my vlogs, it went from following my intuition to finding and building my relationship with God, Source, One. A lot of people ask me, what does God mean to you? Like, what? Like, what? Like, don't overanalyze it. Don't overanalyze it, because when you're trying to build your relationship with God, there's a lot of things that you're not going to be able to just deduce from reasoning. You know what I'm saying? You have to like fall into line with how things have been since the beginning of time or conception. You know what I'm saying? But one more thing that I'm going to talk about in another video is this awesome use of sacred geometry. So I got this book, and essentially this concept is going to tell me how to decode the world around me. I haven't made my logo yet, so I'm going to, since I know the power of, oh, that's the right word. Since I know the power of making, the power of actually stroking down these words and putting in my YouTube videos, those actual words, there's power behind that, and sound. So sacred geometry, there's power behind this too, so I'm going to put it in my logo. Let me go ahead and learn it. But this sacred geometry is used way before, there's evidence of it back to 2000 BC. BC is before Christ, or BCE, before Common Era if you are not religious. Back in the Mesopotamia era and like the pyramids and stuff. So there's a lot of this in our history, but we don't even learn about it. And you know what section this book is in? Because I was looking for it in the self-help, you know, section. It's in math and science. Let me read this to you. Internationally acclaimed author Stephen Skinner shows how the beauty of nature, music, art, and architecture is based on an underlying geometry. He reveals how ancient cultures identified repeated patterns and harmoniously proportioned shape found in nature as evidence of gods at work, and thus deemed them sacred. This remarkable evidence Skinner puts forth in sacred geometry will change your view of the world around you. This is in math and science. This sounds very spiritual, but this is math. This is where my expertise lies, in bridging together math, God, you, and transcendence. At least transcendence for me, because the only person I could change is myself, right? Another thing is, if I say anything that deeply offends you, please don't take it personally. My intentions are not to offend anybody, I can promise you that. Another thing is, down below in the comments, please spread peace and love. I know there's a lot of people who have their preconceived notions of me because of matters of the past. We are a new person every day we wake up, guys. We're constantly evolving, changing, you know what I'm saying? So people are free to say what you want, but I would encourage you to stimulate a part of your brain that gets you thinking different, that gets you thinking on a well, shit, like what kind of sacred geometry, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. It was a long shot, but I figured I'd just throw that out there as well. Ash Armada, I need you guys active in the comments. I don't know I get a lot of like messages, but I don't respond to messages, but I don't know what's going on in my YouTube comments, and people want me to look at my comments, but they're still talking. I'm not seeing a lot of like positivity. It's like half and half. If you want to manifest some money, make a vision board. Listen to the root chakra frequency at least for an hour a day. You can literally listen to it while you're reading, or even if you have the TV on, you can listen to it in tandem while you're cooking, doing anything. And if you can't document it and show it to people, at least document it and write it down. There has to be some transfer of energy. You can't expect something for nothing. Me actually vlogging and editing and putting that all together and posting, though you don't see it, that was a lot of energy on my part. So just think how to transfer that energy to your part. You're not gonna get anything in life if you don't try. You know what I mean? Like even if you're like mediocre and been trying so hard, all that stuff in the past, that's why this stuff works on an exponential scale. Because even though you forgot, like those things were still in existence. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and put your magic out into the world. You guys already know since the beginning, my thing has always been, yo, if Ash could do it, I know I motherfucking can do it. I mean, honestly, I've always had some like phenomenal ass credentials, but people fail to realize that because of how my avatar looks, which is fine. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Turn on my notifications. Bye.